Alrighty guys, what is going up? Welcome back to the best day trading and investing channel on YouTube. I am your host Carter, and before we get started, you guys need to go ahead and smash that subscribe and like button. Now, if you're new to the channel and this is the first video that you've seen, well, what we specialize here on this channel is investing, day trading, how to make money. It's a great channel, and you guys can go back and look at all my other videos. But in today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to create a watch list for a lot of the popular trading strategies like the gap and go, reversals, and a whole bunch of other ones. We're gonna, I'm gonna teach you guys on how to find stocks that will have great follow through throughout the day. Alright, so let's get started. Now, the first thing that I always do is I check the pre-market gap. So this was the pre-market gappers that I sent into the group chat, and the first thing that I do is I just go through looking at the stock. So OBE, the price is 136. It's up 520%. Killer freaking percentage gap. Looking at the float or the shares available to trade is 491 million shares. So I know this stock cut it off. Now, just because I like to find stocks with anywhere from under 25 mil or under 15. That's kind of like my go-to. But that's just my opinion. You guys can create a strategy on however you like. But 500, almost 500 million is ridiculous. I would not ever trade a stock like that. But this is the chart on how it looked. Now, the reason why that I don't, it's pretty simple. Because if you have a ton of shares available to trade, now a lot of volume won't really affect the stock. Looking back at this stock right here, this thing really didn't move. Now, if it had a lower float, I can almost guarantee we would have had more volatility in this stock. So the next one here is OBY. The price is 110. That's decent. I like to have it be over $1, so that's good. Gap up is 245%, and now we're looking at the float is 16.2 million, so that's decent. And now looking at the volume today, 4.2, so it might be a little overcrowded, but since it does have a little higher float, that's fine. So then we gotta type it in. So it's NBY. I traded this stock today. But we'll show you why I did. Alright. Perfect. So this was the pre-market chart right here. The gray is 100% pre-market, guys. So the first thing that I want to make sure is that there is some volume pre-market. So looking at it, these are the little volume tabs. Okay. Realizing, okay, there is some volume. Fantastic. Now, the next thing we want is an upward trend. So you kind of draw the trend line just so you guys can see it. Now, the next thing that you guys want to do is to mark out support or resistant points. Okay, so the gap and go. So now we know if this thing breaks over 127, we're long. It almost tapped it twice, so it can be used as some sort of resistance. Ahead, there is some more resistance at 115, just because right here tapped it once, tapped it twice. There is some here, but mostly there's some support at the I believe this is the 90 moving average line. But so we know that this stock really uses the moving average lines as support or resistance. So you just kind of take mental notes. You try to find as much information about this stock as you can. So pretty much once the market opened, we did have some sell-off, broke through this, 127 mark with ease and power. That's where I went long. at 130, all the way up to 137. Started taking profits all the way started scaling out at 152, 155, and all the way up to 160. Now that killer trade, but looking at this stock, continuing to rip all the way up to $3. Now, the reason why, guys, this thing ripped is because it had a low float, a lot of volume, and let's see if there is. Let's go to live news. So this thing got halted a lot, but that's expected. I believe it had some sort of news. Launches right here. Launches direct on Amazon. Boom. Fundamental catalyst. So that catalyst got investors involved. It got traders involved like myself. It pretty much just made everybody happy, So what we did here, is just simple trading, gap and go strategy. Found a stock gapping up, which is what we look for, because those gap up stocks tend to have that catalyst, so you don't really have to search for it as hard. And it does have a low float, higher volume. And that's what we want. So the next thing we do is, let's say it's in pre-market. We say, okay, MBY. That's going to be one of the top ones on the gap scanner. Now looking at it, PRVB, price $10, a little more expensive, but still pretty volatile. Gap up percent 145, decent. Float available is 24.6, so it's under 25. We can work with that. 1.2 million for the volume. So that this one, just because it does have a little volume and a little high float, that there could be some volume issues, but let's pull it up. PRVB. Alrighty. So let's pretend that you're new. The first thing that you do is you can just do anything in any order. I like to mark out the resistance. Oops, there it goes. Resistance there. Some support here. Gaining as much information about the stock as I can. Has higher volume pre-market. Just because we have these huge volume spikes here. Let's see if we have some sort of catalyst. Probably under live news. I guarantee there is. So 10 buyers. Maybe some Mexico trade conflict here. Alright, but anyways, so it did get halted. Alright, let's exit out of this. So, we have this loaded up. Draw some trend lines here. Whoops, wrong thing. Now you can do it two different ways, really. You can draw trend lines from the peaks all the way down, like such. That's a very, very common thing that traders do, because when it breaks that trend, you can go long here, or you can go long up here. Now I find that there's more follow through going up here, because if you guys look, you guys can see that this is almost at $13, and stocks tend to have stronger support or resistant points at whole dollars and half dollars. So another good opportunity would be for the break of the trend at 1150. Would have been a decent entry here. So drawing out just as much information as you can, guys. We're looking for stocks that are moving, stocks that are looking pretty strong. You don't want a stock completely fading out all the way back down to where it closed. You want a stock that is maintaining its pre-market highs pretty well, within reason, of course. But let's just move on. So we have PRVB would be the next one we pull up. This one, I really wouldn't even look at it, just because look how lightly it's traded pre-market. Data too expensive. Volume, low volume right here. Tilray, popular stock. if you guys trade bigger, larger companies, so it might look interesting, guys. But pretty much what I do is I just go through the pre-market gap scanner. And I'm just looking for stocks that I see follow through on. Looking for stocks that are low float, have a catalyst, maintaining its pre-market highs, hopefully on an upward trend. But if not, there could be a possible for a reversal. So I would always leave it up. Leave it up on one of my charts here and just kind of watch it. But that is it, though. That is how I create a watch list. It's not too complicated. I like to keep everything stupidly simple as I can. So that is it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Remember to always stay happy, stay positive. We'll see you guys tomorrow in another episode. Take care.